Jay. Clearly, I'm not Naj, and that's not Jay.
And I'm not Jay.
So I'm Sam Kamesh. I'm the producer of Good Morning Wilmington. Obviously, you know, the main man, the talk of the town, Mr.
Man, you don't kill that Mr. stuff, man.
DETVCH.com.
That's right.
Here, Ivan Thomas in the house. A little bit of a situation that we found out late yesterday. Jay was exposed to someone who was positive, and Naj and Jay performed together at an MLK event on Monday. So we're just being extra safe. So this is just a temporary replacement.
Yeah, just taking the necessary precautions to make sure that, you know, everything is going on. It's crazy out here, Sam. It's
crazy. Yeah, no, I think we passed 400,000 COVID deaths as a nation yesterday. So
yeah, and that's scary.
It's still serious. And your wife is a frontline worker.
Frontline worker at St. Francis Hospital, and dealing with on the COVID floor, managing the COVID floor, and you know, just hearing some of the stories of, you know, what's going on with COVID. It's alarming, and so here at DTV we're asking you to be safe, wash your hands, practice social distancing. Also, if you're a small business, you know, make sure you do the temperature checks and jot down the people that are coming in your office, in your place of business, so you can track back if someone was to, you know, be exposed or contact COVID. So please be safe out there, and remember, we'll get through this together.
That's right. And today, Inauguration Day, obviously, is the big news.
Woo-hoo!
We have Jordan Hines coming on in a little bit. He's going to kind of get in depth. He was just on Monday, and we had to invite him back. He was so good.
Yo, no, I think what it was, I think, he was really good, but the community, you know, Wilmington, you at home, hit us up, was like, yo, we want Jordan. I swear, it was like WWJD. What would Jordan do? You know what I mean? So we have him coming back, and you might see him in the near future.
That's right. But first, we want to make sure that we get out that Good Morning Wilmington is sponsored by Del One Federal Credit Union. Please visit del1.org for all your information on that.
Awesome. Also, I got to give a shout out to His Image Barbershop. And
that's right.
And all about.
There's a reason we weren't on at 10, and it was, look how fresh he looks.
I mean, Derek Reed be definitely hooking a brother up. So shout out to you guys down there, all you guys from Arms to Barber to Tyranny. You guys are awesome.
So wanted to get in quick, some big news yesterday. The Phase 1B of the vaccination distribution for COVID just started in the state. And this is big news because this is no longer just frontline workers and people in the medical field. This is people 65 and older, essential workers, and even industry workers, food workers, grocery store workers are on this list too. So there's going to be 5 scheduled drive-through vaccination events for people 65 and over and others in this group. Friday at the Delaware City DMV, and Saturday and Sunday you can go to either this Delaware City DMV or the Georgetown DMV. So those are out there. There's more than 200,000 Delawareans qualify for this category. So go to de.gov/COVID vaccine to see if you qualify, because you might be there. You might be able to get in and get the vaccine. And you know, we kind of feel like we might be inching towards a finish line here in 2021, but it's
still a slow race.
Still slow, yes. And obviously there's still questions about the vaccine, and a lot of those are valid, but medical professionals keep telling us that it's going to work. It's still fighting some of these new strains that are coming out. So, you know, please educate yourself on vaccine-related things. So, and that's that.
Awesome.
Inauguration Day. Let's get to
inauguration.
This is one of the biggest days in Delaware history. We see our own Joe Biden is elected officially. I mean, there was no question from us.
So let me ask you, Sam. When you woke up this morning, right? What was the first thing you did? Did you turn on the news?
I did. I was checking when it was going to start. I was checking who was going to be on. I think Tom Hanks is going to be hosting the 8:30 primetime special. So everything's all different with COVID this year. But you know, I thought it was really interesting yesterday. Joe Biden said right before he left Delaware, I think he was over in Newark. He said, "You were with me my whole career through the good times and the bad," and said, "In our family, the values we share, the character we strive for, the way we view the world, it all comes from home. It all comes from Delaware." So I thought that was very beautiful.
Yo, Delaware is on the map. You know what I mean? It's been crazy for the last couple months seeing all the news down here in Wilmington. You know, at the restaurants, getting something to eat, seeing CNN and MSNBC. But it's been great, and I think right now we have a beautiful time for Delaware to take the first state to take the first step in just changing the world. So I'm super excited.
That's the tagline.
That's the tagline. That's the tagline.
First state, first step.
Yeah, that's our show. America's Turning Point. Delaware taking the first state. The first state taking the first step. I also wanted to give, if we got time, real quick, the Inauguration Day schedule. 10:30 is the arrival at the U.S. Capitol. 11:15 is the swearing-in ceremony. So we're not going to keep you long because we're going to watch that.
That's right.
And if you're watching right now, you can watch the swearing ceremony here on DETV on Channel 28 and on our Facebook and Twitter. So you don't have to go nowhere. Okay.
Stay right here. Don't go. You know, you're comfortable. You're on your couch.
Yeah.
Might be in your bed. Still
Eating
not.
bonbons. You know what I mean? At 12 o'clock, you have the inaugural address, and at 8:30 tonight, the Celebration America TV special. I'm excited.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be much different this year. Not a huge crowd, which we usually see. Although, you know, Trump's didn't have that big of a crowd.
Are you happy Trump's going?
I'm very happy. I'm tired of waking up every day and seeing Twitter news about what he tweeted. I mean, it's just a lot of unprofessional stuff. There's a laundry list. We don't even have time in this 30 minutes to tell you all the...
Did you see his speech, though? Did you see his speech?
I did, and he felt very reserved in, like, how he was made America. Like, we accomplished all this stuff. And
we'll be back. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll be back. But then also, I'm so excited.
It does feel, you know, I remember election night when they confirmed it. Well, I guess it was a couple days after the election. But,
right.
When they finally confirmed it. I knew when Fox News confirmed it, I knew we were good to go. But I remember that it felt like a kind of a release. I don't know if you had that same.
What? I remember the night I was actually in the governor's suite back in 2017, and when Trump won, the whole room was silent, right? Yeah. And it was one of the aides there said, "There's about to be blood in the streets." And so I remember that feeling. Compared to election night this year, totally different gasp of air and just celebrations everywhere. You know what I mean?
Even internationally.
What?
People were like, we're just tired of him. Get him out.
Yeah, get him gone. Get him gone. You know what I mean?
But actually, excuse me. I also do some editing around here. So we have a video coming up right now about the MLK March and the MLK events from Monday.
How was that for you, man? You was covering it.
It was awesome. You know, it was sprinting around the march to make sure I got my shots was really interesting, but very powerful. Hundreds of people were out there, and it was huge turnout. County Executive Matt Meyer was there. Senator McBride was there. Senator Coons were there. So really, really cool. So you're going to see that, and then right after that, Jordan Hines, and then unfortunately, you'll have to see more of me and Ivan.
Hey, you get it. You got it.
But check this out.
DTV.
Today we're out here helping out our community, especially out in this district right here in the north side of Wilmington at the Freedom Center. We're all here contributing our time because it's not just about helping out, it's about really investing in our future. And we're here to contribute our time, we're here to contribute everything that we can. And any way that we can get them a head start, that's the main thing, because we want to make sure that we back up, especially the Delaware Art Museum. We want to make sure we continue fostering other grassroots organizations. We want to make sure as an organization that we help other people reach their goals, and especially here in our city, in Garvey City. And that's the love and sacrifice that we're doing here today. We need to weave together. We need to work together. There's no way we can keep creating islands for ourselves as people. We have to understand, in order for this to work together, everybody from every demographic got to put in work. This is about humanity. This ain't about whether the color of our skin, this is about us as a people.
And welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the highlights from Niles and Jay's performance on MLK Day. And the Peace March was awesome. Love to be out there. There are hundreds of people. It was really, really cool. But now, returning to the show, we have Jordan Hines.
Hey, what's going on?
And it's Inauguration Day. How do you feel?
Is.
How you feeling?
I'm excited. You have no idea. I'm ecstatic to see Delaware's own and California Sunshine, Senator Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
Well, let me start there. We were talking on camera. Show me your phone background. Show me your phone background real quick.
My background on my phone? I will be proud to let it be known. That is Kamala Harris is my background on my phone.
So, you told me that you've been kind of rocking with her for a while. Can you kind of give me what did you see in her early on?
So I became a fan the minute she became Attorney General. I remember going even out to California to participate in a seminar that she was speaking on. And she was, if you just read her book, Smart on Crime, and look at her track record, the woman's phenomenal because she ran the largest Department of Justice department in the United States, second to our federal Department of Justice.
So you knew.
Listen, so you running all of that you better come in correct. And she did that in my eyes. I know there was some ruffling with some of her intentions on her policy, but she's always been clear with her intentions on making sure that she utilized data to get to a greater cause and address a greater issue.
So, I mean, obviously the big stuff for Delawareans is Joe Biden. Obviously, I don't know why that would be a big deal. It's a kind of a big
thing. It's fairly big.
So, I mean, the big question is, we have COVID going on. We still have people are, financially are in a huge rut right now. So that's going to be the big question is the first 100 days. That's always a big question with presidents, how they're going to overturn the last president's, failures, pretty much. So, what do you think we're going to see from Biden and Harris in the first 100 days?
I definitely see President Joe Biden following through on putting a pause on student loans. Whew, Lord knows, as a student now, I need that. I need that.
Well, that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, it's another discussion.
We can talk about student loans a different time.
He's putting a pause on that, especially in the middle of COVID. And, I know he's going to be mandating that we wear masks, of course, on, federal areas and interstate level sections that you just got to require wearing a mask. It's not just for ourselves, it's for others. I saw that he's going to end President Trump's travel ban on Muslims, which was insane. It's just ridiculous.
You always forget about that.
Yeah,
it's
right.
It's been 4 years of so many letdowns. You're just like, the first thing he did in office was Muslims, get him out of here. What was that?
It's you can either cry about it or I'm just grateful that President Biden, look, I said Obama, I'm still thinking 2008, good Lord. I'm just so grateful to see President Biden coming in, as he's been saying, restoring our nation, restoring the soul of our nation. And he's got to clean up a little bit and, restore the trust. And getting back to the World Health Organization's is a biggie as well. Yep. We have fallen as a country being involved with other countries.
I think a lot of nations realized with Trump kind of shutting him out that maybe they thought they relied on us too much before. Now they're like, hey, it's technology and everything has moved forward, so it's.
And I think also Joe brings, I'm saying Joe, President Biden.
Joe. It's Joe. If you're in Delaware, it's Joe.
Everyone in Delaware just calls him Joe. Out of respect, I got to call him President Biden. But I think the world, and from his background on foreign policy, and I think a lot of folks from other countries are just excited to know that we've dealt with this gentleman when he was in the Senate, when he was vice president, and now to see him as president, there's even not just restoring the soul of this nation, but other countries now are feeling a little bit better. Because they feel like there's a president coming in to run America that actually understands us and other countries, understand our issues, and figure out a way to be more collaborative. So I'm excited to see him more involved with the World Health Organization. So on that level.
And I mean, you still saw 74 million people voted for Trump.
Yeah.
We don't know how many of those Republicans or right-leaning people would still support him after the insurrection. But
That'd be interesting.
That's still a massive amount of people. I mean, what challenges does President Biden face with trying to change the mindset? Because a lot of people can think now Trump, the stuff he was doing was just wrong.
Right.
It was anti-American.
Right.
So how does he restore the trust with the
I think
conservatives?
starting off, he's been on the right track by letting folks know I'm not just a Democrat. I am the American president.
And that's been his policies, right?
And that's been his policy.
He's pretty much down the middle.
I'm not just toting,
He's like good friends with Mitch McConnell,
He
right?
is.
Yeah.
And don't forget his relationship with John McCain. Folks forgot about that. A very strong bond. Disagreed on quite a few policies.
Well, Trump said McCain wasn't a good guy. So.
Well, no one listens to him. I sure don't. Whenever he turns on, I'm muting. It's like Charlie Brown, wah, 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 wah. So, I'm just being honest. But I'm excited to see that, again, we got President Biden in office where folks on both sides of the aisle, knowing his character, knowing that he truly cares about people, regardless of our differences on policy, I'm here to represent this entire country, not just Democrats. So.
And we've seen that, Joe is a little older now, but he's really filling his cabinet with much younger and a diverse force. So.
That's a first.
And
I can't recall seeing other presidents having such a diverse cabinet.
Just more old white guy.
I just never. This is a first. This is truly a first. From the Secretary of Interior to the first African American chief for our Joint Chiefs and over in the Army. I was just like, wow, this is to the Secretary of Energy. I'm just like, this is African American gentlemen. It's just all over diversification from young, middle age, gender. He's covering all the bases.
I mean, what do you think that? I mean, that's I think at least my opinion on how politics has changed, especially the last decade. I mean, just technology boom, and that's kind of the big thing is that there's new things in terms of internet law and things like that happening, and we need people who really understand that, and that tends to be younger. So I'm pretty happy to see that he's filling the cabinet with voices because he probably can't relate to a lot of things, but he's listening.
Exactly, and then it shows that he's bringing different ideas to the table and is going to be welcoming all those ideas. But at the end of the day, he knows the buck stops with him, but it's a team effort here too, with his cabinet working with him. So it represents this country. I feel like I'm at the table because of the cabinet that he has.
Yeah.
So.
So I mean, it is Inauguration Day. Let's talk, maybe logistics. I mean, you said you had the rundown of what's going to happen today.
So one of the things I was excited to see is Lady Gaga's doing the national anthem. That's going to be interesting. And she can sing.
Yeah, I just told you off air.
I prefer Naja Nicole to sing. That's just me.
I do too. I mean,
but Lady Gaga.
That'll be for the re-election.
Yeah, for the re-election.
Re-election.
Right. Let's call Naja up there. So, and then if Naja's doing, or Naja, look, I'm stuck on that, right? Lady Gaga's doing national anthem, and Delaware's own Reverend Dr. Sylvester Beeman is giving the benediction.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All Delaware, we're on the map.
I know. Folks are like, we know where Delaware is.
So, I mean, one of the big things that's still in question is impeachment and transfer of power. I mean, it's Inauguration Day, and we're still just go away, Trump. Just go away. You lost. Can you just move on? So, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Let's say first with the transfer of power. Kind of how do you feel? And then we'll talk about the
it's a shame that we had to wait until what? Trump didn't even give a concession, if that was a concession.
I heard something great that
2 weeks ago or something like that.
The official concession was Biden has been elected president for the 50th straight day.
How sweat?
It's like we kind of
that was my reaction. When I turned it on, my friend was like, "Jordan, he's conceding." I was like, "How sweat? You doing this now? Get it together."
I mean, listen, state capitals are on lockdown.
Yes,
I mean, the inauguration itself is going to be crazy. Snipers on the roof.
I sure hope everyone stays safe. Social distancing. I know it's going to look very different, and it's a little bittersweet because this is a historic moment.
It takes away from the magic.
It does, and I'll never forget being down there in 2008. I was just oh my god, this is so amazing. And so not to be able to actually be there, but one thing I know, having watched the DNC and election night, being down the riverfront, I just love how they've taken virtual showings now to make you feel like you're truly a part of.
Yeah.
So
And certainly,
it's bittersweet.
It's going to be very strange for sure. But
will.
what's going to be lingering after Inauguration Day is still the impeachment process. So can you maybe give a little insight into how that's going to look moving forward?
So if they continue to follow through with the Senate trial, again, as I said on the last show, we have to have a certain majority of senators to vote, and I feel like we'll get that.
So at least in the House, there were a lot of was it 100 Republicans?
Yeah.
100. Yeah, that's crazy.
After it passes the House, it has to then go to Senate, and then Senate has their trial, and a certain amount of senators have to vote on find them guilty. I feel like we might get that this time, though. We didn't last time.
Yeah,
and it's going to be interesting because if they go through with Senate trial, our vice president sits at the front of that desk.
Yeah.
If it's not the vice president, I could be mistaken. I welcome being corrected. It could be the chief justice, if I'm not mistaken.
But you secretly want Kamala.
I would love to see Kamala sit at the front.
Just sitting
she's just resting, like, go
feet
on
up
with the
on
trial.
the table. Let's go. Amuse me.
Yes, I will love this. I would love it.
But I even saw. I think even in Delaware there was like a official ceremony to certify the president. There were like 5 Republican members that still were just contesting it. I mean, and that's a big thing. You see Cruz and a couple other Republicans who have been vouching for and still vouching for Trump.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the repercussions of that might be?
I think they're going to have to explain to their constituency, and I feel that anyone that is questioning Cruz, and even if you don't live in his district, you can educate his constituency to get him out. He's got to go. He got to go.
Yeah.
As Kamala would say, do gotta go. Do gotta go. Just leave it there. But I'm excited about Inauguration Day. This is very.
It's gonna be great. It's a huge day for
enlightening.
Delaware. Definitely.
Yeah,
We're on the
great day
map.
for everyone.
People are all eyes on Good Morning Wilmington as well.
Yeah. So keep tuning in, you guys.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you so much, Jordan, for
No,
joining
thanks
us.
for having me.
And we'll be back with more of the show right after this. And we're back. We kicked Jordan Hines and we brought Ivan back in.
I'm back, baby.
Thank you so much, Jordan. That was some really insightful information about the inauguration and everything happening today.
Jordan be killing it, man.
God.
Like my man over at, and shout out to Tariq, he said Jordan has the teeth for TV.
That's right. I need to get those. I
need to get them too.
Those whiteners, or you people with those like glowing mouth guard stuff. I need to get that.
Shout out real quick. Shout out to Code Differently. You guys are doing an amazing job in the community for teaching kids how to code.
Oh, that's awesome. That's all. Yeah, if you want your kid to make some money, teach them code. Teach them code. Everyone needs coders.
Code differently. All right, what we got, baby?
So I just want to shout out Naz and Jay in the comments here.
Yes.
We see you. We love you. I don't want to do the Trump speech.
No,
you're good people.
You're good people. No, we love you guys. You guys are freaking rock. And Jay said his hair looks better.
Than that?
I thought he was talking about you.
Get the zoom in over here. Let's get to see the cut.
See the fade? See the mohawk? I thought he was talking about you.
No, I haven't got my hair cut in a while.
And shout out to Naz. Naz is kicking us all, virtually kicking us off. She said, "Get out of our
pack yo." But I think right now we can take a live look at the inauguration that's happening. I mean, we're gonna do a little live commentary. We just saw President Obama and Michelle walk in.
Yeah, this is awesome. The 59th inaugural ceremonies has began, and shout out to Pastor Beeman over the pastor in the city in Wilmington, who is doing the benediction. That's exciting. Delaware is here.
We're taking Delaware with us. Going to DC.
Yeah. I'm excited. And as you can see right now, who's this coming in?
I'm not sure.
Two fly folks. We're going to call them two fly
I like
people.
the dress.
The jacket is amazing.
The little gold on it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, the glitter. I don't want to see anyone try to make that, But I know this is a real exciting time for not just the Delaware, but for the world. The entire world, Craig.
That's right.
The world.
Yeah, like we said earlier, I mean, the the whole world celebrated when Biden won because
Yeah.
America has always led kind of by example. We have our own internal issues that we've talked about millions of times.
Yeah.
But the world still reveres us very highly because of coming here and kind of becoming what you want to become.
Yeah,
a lot of countries don't even have that right.
Yeah, one of the things that executive orders that soon to be President Biden will put on record is the immigrants.
That's right. Sorry. Trump's first thing he did in office was ban Muslims. I mean, come on. How did we not all know right now that
the writing was on the wall.
That was the priority? Like really, that was the priority.
The writing was on the wall.
Yeah, I'm just glad for Biden to just kind of clear all that crap out. And get going again.
I'm so happy. The world is happy. What do you think, Sam, about the pardons, the 70 pardons that from last night, late in the midnight hour?
Yeah, it was expected, probably most likely for all of his buddies to get pardoned, but. It's really kind of just disgusting, when you think about these people. They've done crimes at the federal level. I mean, they're stealing money from Americans. I mean, a lot of the things that the people who stormed the Capitol, who love these people, they don't even realize that they're preying on those people.
Yeah.
Like the politicians are preying on those people and taking their money and feeding them lies. So
Right.
it's been this vicious cycle, and it feels like people on the outside, like us, have been going insane because we're like, there's no way this can keep happening, and it just kept happening. So, but it's a joyous day. We don't want to get bogged down.
Yeah, one thing I also want to ask for the women that's excited about having their first woman and first African American woman in office. Are you wearing your Chuck Taylors and pearls today? If you are, give us a thumbs up. I want to see it, and I want to see it. So put your picture in the comment below of your Chuck Taylors and pearls. That is sweeping social media right now.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I definitely heard about the pearls. I didn't know about the
Chucks. Yeah, like when she got off the airplane and she just got her little step together. It's so much it means so much to my daughter being, African American, being black, and she sees a woman of color in office. Now she really feel girl power. Like I could do that.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the first things that really changed my thinking a long time ago is representation.
Yeah,
and when as someone who is white, it's something that didn't click with me when I was younger. But as I saw that, I realized how important it was for just putting people out there so they can see that it's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah.
But
I want to give a shout out to some of the viewers real quick.
Shout them out.
I want to give a shout out to Brizzle Sachs. I think she's from Dover. She said, "Got my Chucks on." Shout out to Brizzle. Want to give also a shout out to Dawn. She said, "Hello all." So Dawn, thank you so much for watching the show. We really appreciate it. As you can see, the inaugural ceremonies is going on, and there is a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Before, I know we got to wrap up real quick, but a lot of exciting stuff going on at DETV. Can you talk about some of the huge projects we got in 2021?
Oh my gosh, we got the number one project that is on the record is Good Morning Wilmington. You're the producer of that. You guys took my idea. It's something that I started years ago and just cultivated and made it. And making it a great
And thank
show.
you guys for watching. Honestly, like the feedback, we love feedback. Please be in the comment section. Please be shouting us out.
Share it.
Get people to watch because the feedback we keep getting is it's quality product.
Yeah. So we got Good Morning Wilmington. We and I want you to talk briefly on what people can expect more to see in the future.
Yeah, we want to get into a little more deeper conversations. We want to get out in the community. We want to do a lot of more pre-recorded segments where Naj and Jay are interacting with you guys. I know COVID is obviously a big thing right now that's hindering us, but we want to get bigger and better. We've already had the governor on. We've had Matt Meyer, county executive. We had performance artists. We just want everybody involved. We want everyone in Delaware. This was a Delaware show, not just a Wilmington show.
Awesome. We also have Cooking with Dana.
That's right.
And what we're doing
is the best show to be crew on, by the way.
That is the best show to be crew on. So we have that. That's airing every Monday at 11 o'clock, right after Good Morning Wilmington. Chef Dana, if you're watching, we love you, bro. But also what I'm super excited about is Fox News, Fox 29 has taken our signal from the studio here in Wilmington. And they have Chef Dana on at least once a month. It's awesome. I'm super excited, and shout out to Matt Meyer for helping us out with funding for DETV Kids. Oh gosh, that right there is crazy. And what that is we're building our own Sesame Street for Delawareans, but no, for kids everywhere, especially because of this pandemic that's going on. Shout out to Chris Bruce. It's just simply amazing. He's helping us, put together some stuff. We have an award-winning music teacher, Sticks Bones from New York, that's helping us. Homeschooled is the name of an episode. What else we got going on? Shout out to Kelly, who's producing.
Christianity Care. Let's talk about that.
I'm gonna let you tell about it. So you start, I'll finish. Go ahead.
All right. And listen, I know our producer in the studio is wrapping us up, but we will not be.
We're not losing this.
We're not listening.
We're not listening.
It's off Hinge and Nas and Jay aren't
This
here.
our network. We rocking this.
So yeah, I mean, my dad is a geneticist over at Christianity Care. His name's Eric. You maybe heard of him. I don't know. But he came to me and asked if I knew any production people who would be interested in working on a sickle cell project, and I brought it to Ivan because we had just kind of started talking about some maybe professional opportunities, and it just kind of grew from there. And I know that you guys kind of have officially kind of gotten things together.
It's official.
So,
we're official partners with Christianity Care on bringing you information about sickle cell, from doctors to people that actually have this disease in the community. They are a couple steps away of finding a cure for sickle cell. So we are more than happy to be a partner in this journey and helping to bring resources, information, and leading more African Americans to research sickle cell. So
yeah, no, that was the big thing that when we first my father and I were really discussing it was the trust factor, right? And he was very adamant that this couldn't just be a regular old project,
right?
This couldn't just be white doctors going into the African American and minority communities and saying, hey, this is a problem. Everyone shakes their hand, say, all right, great, and move on. They really wanted it to be grassroots. So I'm glad that this has come to fruition.
Yeah, we're super excited. The community is in an uproar, loves it. They're excited as well. It's so much going on at DETV here. You don't want to miss it. We're going to go into the inaugural ceremony.
Right into it. You don't even have to change the channel.
Don't change the channel. We just want to keep streaming from here, all right? And we might just hop back in periodically just to give you the word of the day. So you got anything else?
That's about it for me.
All right, that's it for me. So going into the inaugural ceremonies right now, Vice President.
Yeah, President's not there.
Vice President's
going to hang out.
Mike Pence and his wife, I believe her name is Nancy Pence, they're walking in right now. So you can see them, the Honorable Mike R. Pence, Vice President.
Yeah, that was interesting that Trump
didn't show.
He took Air Force One to Mar-a-Lago this morning because he no longer commands it at 10:59, so he made sure to get down there.
Because your taxi ride is up, bro.
It's gone. Yeah, hopefully his next taxi ride is right to prison.
It's going to be crazy.
We'll see. Impeachment's still a huge process, but all right,
we're done.
Yeah, sorry, Dennis was sorry, but
Nas and Jay, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, check us out. We'll be back Monday at 10 a.m. Hopefully not Ivan and I, but you'll see Nas and Jay hopefully.
All right, guys. Oh, real quick before you go, if you have press releases that you need to get to us, send them to press@detvch.com. We want to make sure we cover your event and tell the community what's going on in your neck of the woods. All right? See you then. Thank you, Del One.